surrounded by one big mirror. That big mirror is called a firmament. That firmament is a direct reflection of the different dimensions that your bodies coexist on. You have multiple bodies. You have an astral body, just like you have a physical body, and you also have a causal body. And we're going to talk about those bodies in a minute. The firmament can be seen or known as heaven. As above, so below. As it is in heaven, it shall be on earth, right? This is the firmament. You have Mother Earth inside of it, which is the 3D. This is our 3D reality, or our physical selves, our sense of identity. Ego exists on this plane. Then we have the outer layer of this firmament. As above, so below, right? So what is up here, what is already up here, are other selves, or selves that are already out in this coexisting dimension. It is being reflected into this physical world. The firmament is, you can think of it as being made of the same material as glass, or same material as mirrors, right? "3D reality." This is the 3D plane. Now, we have multiple bodies, right? This is the 4D. Our astral. This is where our desires, our emotions reside. This is where this astral body takes form. And you think about astral projection. Here's the difference between astral projection and outer body. I'm gonna just elaborate this real quick. An astral projection is you going to where you want to go to. Let's say you want to go to Paris, right? That's your desire, that's your emotion. You resonate on that frequency. Your physical body remains, but you get into that light body. You get into your light body that takes you to your desired realm. That is an astral projection. An outer body experience, or your outer body experience, is when you get up, is when you'll feel this heavy sense of, it's another part of you, but it is you still. However, it is a second body that exists on the outer body of your physical body, but it will become really dense, it'll feel heavy when you're going into astral projection or getting ready to astral project. It'll feel heavy, and then you'll see yourself. You'll see your physical body, and you'll see the room that you're in. You'll see yourself in that present moment that your physical body is in. That is an outer body experience. An astral projection is going out. Let's say you want to go to the stars, that is an astral projection. I just wanted to elaborate with that. So we have multiple bodies, right? Where was I? All right, 4D. We have astral projection, 4D reality. The astral dimension is its own dimension. Of course, it's not a part of the physical. Then you have the causal dimension. This is where our thoughts are. This is our mental plane. You ever see, instead of an astral, sometimes it's a causal projection. You ever see, there was this movie, it was called, I don't know what the name was, but it was this scene where this person gets into their mind and they started seeing their fingers go in certain places, and it's like 6 fingers. That is your mental plane. Okay? It can be trippy. It can be trippy, right? When people get high, some people go into the astral But there, a lot of people go into the causal. You'll see, like you start to see your hands go in certain place, like really weird. That is the causal dimension. That is the That's your causal body. Your mental state. You're in your thoughts. Okay. So we have multiple bodies for multiple layers of reality. Okay. When you talk about well, it was also this movie where it's called Us. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie Us, but check out the scene where she talks about it's Adelaide, right? She talks about having one soul, but it's multiple bodies. Your soul remains your energetic life force. That's your energetic life force. Your soul is what gives the body life. We give life to that astral. We give life to the causal. Our soul gives life to our dimensional forms. Okay? Heavenly bodies. Anything outside of the 3D, anything that isn't physical, that is outside. Not outside of us, but it's outside of this plane of existence. Well, of course, it's 4D body, 6D, got 8. I mean, it depends. Whatever you believe, whatever you know. 8, you want to take it up to 8D, you want to take it up to right. So we got astral, got causal. When it comes to mirroring, that's what I want to talk about. When you are mirroring, let's say you want to be like a superhero or something. You'll mirror that. You'll mirror that image. You'll start to act like what you want to be. You act as if. But another concept is when you're mirroring, let's talk about an actual mirror. You look into that. When you're looking into the mirror, you're going into the different dimensions. And you can use it for manifestation. People use it for sex work. People use it for, self-love, manifestation. But the mirror is a portal. Mirrors are portals. This firmament is a portal for other life outside of this reality. We just tap into this is a frequency that we tap into. These are frequencies that we resonate with. We resonate with the causal and astral bodies in order to get to these dimensions. When people take trips, when people take, when they get up there, they get real up there. Majority of people, they get into this state. It's causal. They get into their mind, their thoughts. I got 19 fingers, 3 heads. Oh, good. Yeah, chill out. Some of y'all not in that, but astral and causal, those are the two that we experience when we're when we're in our higher graded level. Okay. Oh, I was talking about this movie, right? I be jumping all over the place. I know. Us, Adelaide, one soul. When she talks to when they're communicating, they were children at the time. When they were communicating with one another, little did they know there was a dimension that was coexisting on both sides of those mirrors, of that mirror. So they switched not only, they didn't switch bodies, but they switched the dimension that they were in. They switched the existing life or existing reality that they were in. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, they switched bodies because in order to switch from a one dimension, you have to get into the form of that other dimension. So one dimension, there was a deformed Adelaide, and then there was a regular Adelaide, So she took the life of, they swapped, right? They swapped realities. They're on the same coin, but on different sides. That is us. We have one soul. Destiny swapping. That's why I say destiny swapping is not a real thing. It's only believable if you actually believe it. And are tricked. It's a trickery of the mind. You have one soul. Let's say this is the soul, right? It goes into different dimensions, and if it goes into different dimensions, it transforms into a different. We get different bodies, like I said, that resonate with or correspond with the realms. Our physical body responds to the physical material plane, so on and so forth. When it comes to manifesting, we have, let me take it a step back. We have destiny. When I was talking about destiny swap, we have a destiny. Our destiny is our predetermined path. It's our final destination. Our soul is already written. It's written in the stars for us to do whatever it is that we need to do here. So no, I'm gonna just keep on going. I'm not gonna go back. But have one soul. It takes the form of this, or the physical, or the causal plane. Now, there's different paths that we can take to get to our destination, right? However, when we are manifesting, we are saying, oh, well, I want this. You say it in a mirror. Tell it to a mirror. You send signals to the other dimension so that you can align with that frequency. It's, what is it? A boomerang. It's a boomerang effect. Whatever you put out, whatever you speak, it comes back. It comes back to you. And it says, oh, wait, she said, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we're gonna show it. It's gonna take a set of current events to happen, but we don't get it to the destination. We gonna get it to the destination. It's just different paths. Our bodies. We have multiple bodies. Like I said, in the movie, it was one part that was she was in one deformed dimension where it was full of deformed people, and then it was another part of her that is just regular, normal. But then along the line, some way or another, doppelganger, right? It's about timelines. Something's going on with the timelines. Because she was talking about with her husband. Oh, well, it's something wrong with the timelines. It's something that's she's getting closer to that. It's about merging the dimensions, merging of the dimensions. There's been a lot of things that have been shifting, if you've ever noticed. You ever notice you remember that it was a person that passed on a few years back, and then they're coming up and saying, "Oh, well, they passed this year." It's about timeline. Everything is coexisting. All right, everything is coexisting. Our bodies are in alignment. However, when that was taking place in that movie, you'll realize that the lady and her husband, she had so yeah, it's coexisting timelines. So yeah, they merged with each other. And they were talking about timelines, and they'll come back to me. Fuck it. But there's something going on with the time, right? Time is not real in a way. Fuck, I don't even do that. It's like, I want it. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. So even though they were in coexisting timelines, while in those coexisting timelines of those dimensions, there was one point where it would be one scene where they're doing the same thing but different. For instance, when her father had turned around when they was at the fair, saying, "Oh, what did you want?" And he was normal. And then it showed one part where it wasn't normal. Like he was just deformed. He had like some type of defect going on. And then it was also one where they was dancing. One was on stage, and then one was on. It wasn't a stage, but it looked like it could have been a stage. But they was doing the same thing in different ways. That is what is going on here. That's what's going on in this dimension. There are things that we do. There are things that you do, right? But there is another, you could say whatever. It is another you in another dimension that's operating on the same level. Everything is in rotation. Everything is here. That's why when people talk about manifesting, people say, "Oh, well, whatever you want to manifest, you speak it, you believe it, and you act as if it is already here." Because there is a you that already has that manifestation in your present day reality. Only thing you have to do is just align with those you have to align with those thoughts. You have to align with everything that you want as if you already have it, because you do have it, but because it's not here, sometimes it can make you not deflect, but just make you not believe that it's here. Because it's whenever you are trying to manifest, you act as if, because there's no tomorrow and there's no yesterday. Everything just is, and everything is as of now. Okay? So we have different bodies, we have different dimensions. You go through these different dimensions through astral projection. You go through them through you mirror. Talking to a mirror is talking to another form of you, and talking to that other form of you as if you already have you have the life that you want now. Not tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There's no yesterday. Only thing you have is today. Now. Not even a day. It's just now. Acting in the now. I've known. Known in the now. Now. Oh my goodness. So many ends. Water. You can also go through different dimensions through water. Right? Mirrors aren't evil. Mirrors are portals. Water is a portal. Birthing, giving birth, that's a portal. But all these things people call deep are witchcraft. No, you use these things in order to get what you want, in order to make the world, your world, a better place. That is what this is all about. It's about aligning with your coexisting bodies. And also, you want to know how everything is in alignment? This is proof. This is living proof that everything is in alignment. Everything is on a coexisting scale. You ever had a dream? You go into your slumber, you have a dream, and in that dream, you go to the restroom and your body, your mind is telling you don't use the restroom, but you use that restroom in your dream. Okay? And then you actually, in this physical world, you wet yourself, right? That is because when you go into your dream, you're going into another dimension where another you exists. That other you is living. That other you is living in another realm, going to the restroom. But because you're in the physical and they up in the astral, you are what's that on that? Oh yeah, you are going through the effects of going to the bathroom in your bed instead of at the toilet. But you're at the toilet in your mind. But then you wake up and be like, oh shit, it's a fucking dream. Fuck. So in the dream, it's something in that other part of you that is saying, this is a dream. Get up. Then you get up and you're like, fuck. And then you ever had a dream where you're having sex with someone? You may have had a dream where you had sex with someone in your dream, and then you get aroused in the physical world. And you wake up. Like, oh shit. Okay. Let me see. Okay. But that is proof that everything is existent. Every fucking thing is existent. It's not, oh well, we're gonna wait until we get to heaven. And no, fuck that. Everything is here now. Age is not a factor. Age has nothing. Time is nothing. They trick you into believing that age and time and now, here's how they trick the mind into believing that time exists. Time has no value. Because ever think about it. Think about this. They know how the mind works. They know that if they take a black and white photo, we're automatically going to perceive it as, oh, but that was 60, 70 years ago. Because those things are still happening now. a black and white photo. People that die in certain years, but then the upcoming years they die again. It is about fucking with time. That is why it is so important to get your mind out of the form of the matrix mentality. It'll make you go fucking crazy sometimes. At times, yeah. Because it's like, because if you try to put your mind in the matrix, it's like, fuck. These people don't know if they're being programmed and they acting like functioning robots. Okay. And they look at you like you're crazy. Right. Because it's people tweaking. People are fucking tweaking out their fucking mind. So, firmament, heavens, this is a heaven. We enter through it. We enter into it through water. Water responds. Water responds just like mirrors respond. Water, mirror. Okay? When you look at literally, talk to it. If you go to a body of water, you go to a stream, a lake, a river, or whatever, look at yourself. Talk to it. Get over your feet, nigga. Fuck. When I say that word, I'm talking interchangeably, okay? Yeah. When you talking to the water, it's just like talking to your mirror is mirroring you. You tell it what you already have, and it'll program, just like a mirror. When you tell a mirror something, such as you have this, you have that, you have that, you go girl, you go girl, you go boo, for real. You say that, it programs. It triggers the reality. It triggers the dimension into resonating with the frequency of words that you give it. Okay? And it makes you get into that coexisting reality that it had, that you have programmed. So that is our astral bodies. So we talk about astral body, talk about cosmic body, firmament, 3D, 4D, yada yada yada. So yeah, everything starts with the causal. Our minds turn into feelings, and the feelings turn into action. So first, things start out with the causal. This is how manifestation goes. This is how manifestation is set up. It starts with our mind. This is the foundation of our ideas. The thoughts trigger. Our thoughts send an electrical signal. It transfers signals to our desires. Okay? And now we are in alignment with our causal and astral, and now it's getting into the form of physical. Physical takes time. Okay? However, we do already have the causal and astral in alignment. But now, we just need to act on faith, right? Act on the mind of knowing, or acting on what we know to be true, so that we can get those outcomes that we want. So just so that we can get our possessions that we want, or what am I trying to say? So that we can get the outcomes that we are trying to achieve in this current reality. Our causal and our actual is not bound by time. Okay? So if you are acting as if you continue to act as if and know that everything is working out for your higher good and da 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 da, and you are actually putting work towards the things that you, because like I said, faith without works is what? Faith without works is what? Yeah. Faith without works is dead. But if you continue to persist, have an unwavering faith, you will have your will here on earth, here on this plane of existence. So that is how manifestation works. That's how manifestation works. We talk about astral, we talk about the emotional, we are mirroring and mimicking the coexisting realities there are. I speak broken English, and what? Okay. So, yeah, that's our heavenly bodies. As it is in heaven, it shall be done on earth.